We film Army Wives on location in Charleston, South Carolina. And it's like a little gem.
The thing that we thought about Charleston was if we had to ask people to relocate, that this would be the most amazing place because it's such a lovely city.
The old naval base gave us the Army look for barracks, enlisted housing, officers' housing. The city opened itself up to us. It's gorgeous. It just has everything.
I think it's important for any show to have breadth and scope. And the history that this place has with regard to our nation is significant. So it gives everything context.
Want to go for a ride?
You bet.
The actors were approached about what they like to do in Charleston, and each one really showed a part of their personality with what they chose.
Like that one. You know what that one's called?
One of my favorite things to do in Charleston is to go out on a boat. Because it's just the most beautiful water, the most beautiful homes, and the marsh grass, and just it's a very, very unique feeling here.
Hey, Jim. Good. How are you doing?
Good.
Thank you. Thanks very much.
I met the owner of the Sea Ray dealership here, and he was nice enough to, show us around and offer his boats to us.
Bye.
It's a 26-foot Sea Ray. It's a beautiful open bow boat. It's actually the #1 boat in Charleston. It's perfect for here because it's open bow, so you can have people on the front and lots of seating, and it's a great boat to hang out on. You can ski behind it, and you can pull up onto the sand. When you go out to Morris Island or one of the many islands out here, you can just pull your boat right up and anchor and hang out for a while.
Anything with, engines and lots of horsepower, I'm happy.
Catherine Bell has been here for 3 years and has had a boat every year. And so what better thing for her to do than take everyone out? Because you see Charleston from the waterways, and it's a whole other Charleston. So that's a great thing to do. And then Terry, who's just become a regular, I don't think he minded going out with his screen wife on the boat.
It's a real boat culture down here in Charleston because there's so much water just everywhere you go. There's a boat in everybody's front yard. And on weekends, the harbor fills up, and a lot of fishing and just recreational boating. So we've gotten the opportunity to go out together.
Hold on. We are entering what's called Shem Creek, which is my favorite part of Charleston. It's this incredible area where the shrimp boats come in, and there's restaurants, and you pull up on your boat, tie off, jump out, and have a burger, and it's amazing. Hi, hubby #1.
Hello. Hubby #2.
Her husband and I get along. We're hubby 1 and hubby 2. It's been great to be able to spend time with them.
Hi, hubby.
Doing okay?
Hi, baby.
My husband and I love boats. We love big boats, little boats, ski boats, just yachts, everything in between. And my daughter's been fishing, shrimping, and crabbing, and we're from LA, so this is it's a pretty different lifestyle out here.
So, hubby #2, you okay that hubby #1 and the kid just showed up? You all right with that?
Yeah, it's all right with me.
Yeah? All right. So let's head back out. Come on.
Being out on the water here is different than any place else. You can go to a different spot on the water every day and never go to the same place twice. The minute I got here, I just fell in love. It is so beautiful here.
Sterling was harder to coax into doing what he liked about the city. He's very shy. But one thing he really does do every week is play basketball.
Sometimes you find pickup basketball games, and there's more fighting, and there's more trash talking than there is actually playing basketball. But these are all good guys who just want to play and have a good time. It's fun because they mess with me because they know that I'm on the show. Most of the time, folks are like, yo, Stir, how do I get on this show, man? Yo, I'm trying to get on, man. And I was like, yo, go to the casting office, man.
Just keep rolling. We'll be all right.
So they'll mess with me and call me Hollywood.
Oh, somebody back that boy.
It's good for me because nobody really cares. You know what I'm saying? They know that I'm on the show, but they don't care. I'll get hit in the mouth like anybody else because, yo, I'm going for the ball, you're going for the ball. That's how it works.
But look at the little towels. I haven't seen those. We've never used it so early.
I know.
Bridget and Brian, who are like an off-screen married couple here in Charleston, even though Bridget's really married to someone else, they are definitely the social chairman of the whole group. So they chose a night out on the town.
Welcome to the Pavilion Bar. I'm Ashley. I'll be taking care of you.
Thanks,
I'm
Ashley.
gonna start you off with a drink.
We went to the Market Pavilion rooftop, which is, I literally think, the prettiest view in Charleston.
They have this beautiful rooftop and an incredible view all around. Right over Market Street, right over the old customs house. Sterling's the funniest at the table reads. His little things that he does under his breath. So much history around this town. And the other thing is you're not gonna find any skyscrapers. The tallest buildings are the church steeples. That's pretty cool. Caitlin had a winner today.
What was it? What did she say?
Harry's reading the stage directions and he goes, Michael stands in front of Michael. And it should have been Frank stands in front of Michael. And I go, wow, that'll be a fun scene to play. And she goes, that's your dream scene.
Yeah. It's just open and it's got the pool. So it just really does feel like you're on a holiday, you know, every time you're up there. Take your glasses there.
Yeah.
Youngin'.
Anybody new that comes to town, Bridge and I always take them there. It's one of our first stops.
Go. Hey, long time no see. All right, so we're
I didn't know which way to get out. I'm sorry. I was
You little
confused.
idiot. So we're gonna go to Thick. Good. I take a rickshaw everywhere. I mean, it's actually hysterical.
What's your name?
How are you?
Wes, Brian.
You know Wes?
No,
Where
you
you
know
been?
everybody. You know every one
Where
of
you
these
been?
drivers, Bridge.
I have their number programmed into my phone. They know my address.
Rickshaws are fantastic because they're really fun. You're just sitting in the open air. You know, you have this great conversation with every one of the riders for the rickshaw company. You learn something new about these guys and girls, and then you learn something new about Charleston. They'll take you any which way you want to go. Woo, we're making a turn.
It's really good for the environment. It's good for them. They make actually good money on it. On the weekends, I just don't even take my car.
Thank you very much. See you later.
Yeah, for real, the way home.
Bridget and I like to go to restaurants, so we are always on the lookout for a new restaurant.
How we doing?
Good, Mike. How are you?
Good to see you.
FIG stands for Food is Good, and that's just one of the places we found right at the beginning. And Mike, the chef there, has just won a James Beard Award. Congratulations on the James Beard Award. That's awesome. It was, you know, overdue in a way because we've just been crazy about this food forever, and as have, you know, everybody in Charleston. Mike, you're gonna show us the kitchen? Sorry to interrupt everybody. Hey, how are you?
Good. This is where all the magic happens. The food at FIG is simple, and the ingredients that we choose, it's a very selective process. From our fish, from our produce, our local chickens, local lamb. We take those ingredients, we cook them, I think, with like European sensibilities. And we don't have a fryer, we don't have a grill. Everything's like sauteed or roasted or braised or baked. And we basically just try to let the ingredient express itself.
Mike was so sweet. I never would have gotten to see the kitchen except for, you know, the little camera coming around. So that was exciting.
Oh my God.
And then there's that
A little
dance.
happy dance.
It's a very nice restaurant. You don't feel uncomfortable. You know, it doesn't feel formal, which I don't do so well. I mean, I like really nice food and I like nice wine, but I really don't like formal. That tart was ridiculous. That was so good.
Yeah.
The great thing about FIG is that you can come in and you can relax, have high level of service, friendly and approachable. You can have food super fresh, but you can have fun while you're doing it, and it's not pretentious.
Tonight, 473 that we've been out together.
Get out of my head.
Sally Pressman, who's very health conscious, chose to show a part of her life, which is her yoga.
It's a yoga that's a specific style and, you know, taught by these two people, Andrea and Jeffrey.
We're gonna have a yoga block party, summer yoga block party this Sunday. We're originally from New York City, and we came down to do a workshop, and we were thinking about what would be a good place to open up a yoga center, and Andrea has some ties to the south.
Jivamuti Yoga Charleston is quite mom and pop. It's a little bit smaller than the one at Union Square off Broadway, so it's intimate here.
At Jivamukti, you start with doing a little bit of chanting. You know, some people are like, chanting? That's ridiculous. But I really like it because you feel like unified with the people in the room because everyone's doing the same thing. And it kind of like gets you out of your head.
Any practice that takes you back to that subtlety, meditation, chanting, offering, intellect, questioning who am I, is a yoga practice.
You'll do some like sun salutations. I mean, I don't know, you know, people who don't know yoga won't know it, but you'll have like standing postures and you move through different postures. So, you know, you'll do a movement on an inhale and then you'll do another movement on an exhale. So it's really flowing, and they call that vinyasa, where you're flowing from posture to posture. What I love about that class is it's really hard.
Inhale, step your left foot forward, lift it towards you, raise the arm.
You're really moving and you work up a sweat, and by the time I leave, my arms are kind of like shaking and my legs are shaking, and it gives me a rejuvenated sense every time I walk out of there. I have not found yoga that good anywhere else, like LA, New York, anywhere. So it's very special, and it's like the first thing that I do when I get back here each season is like go to the yoga place. It's kind of like the first way that I like plant my feet in the ground here.
Hi, I'm Drew Fuller, and I'm here with Brett McKee. We are at the 7th floor of the Children's Hospital in Charleston, South Carolina, what's known as
the atrium.
The atrium.
This is a beautiful room, and the kids come in here to get a little break in between chemo or just when they have some time off. They have tons of games here. They have the air hockey, pool tables, board games. So this is just a place for them to get away from really what's going on in the hospital.
We are waiting today on Rachel, and here she is now. What's up, love?
Hey, guys.
What's your favorite thing to do?
Air hockey.
Let's go.
All right.
You gonna beat Drew?
Psst, please. Oh, rejected. I had this wonderful opportunity to do this movie called The Ultimate Gift. Whoa. Played this rich, spoiled kid, and I end up befriending this little 9-year-old girl who happens to be sick with cancer. I think that was the first time I kind of became aware of getting involved with children and charity.
Oh, there we go.
When I met Rachel the first time, she had gone through 2 or 3 treatments. She's so unaffected by all the negative that's happened to her. You know, she still has a smile on her face. She's still a kid.
Great minds think alike. I love that there's so much to do while you're stuck in a hospital. You can go to the atrium, you can watch movies, play video games, or you can just rest and relax.
Roll that die. Yes, okay, go. I feel like a kid still. I'm able to kind of relate and play with them, crack jokes, have fun, make them laugh. That's what I love to do. That's why I started this business in the first place.
I'll be the firefighter, and you can be the...
See, you look like a village person.
Oh, I'm on the board of the Children's Hospital, and I chair several of their events. You can't pay enough people to do everything that they need. And this is why the more people that can volunteer, and again, when you get Drew and the other people who will get involved, it's so important because they create this environment that it's going to be okay.
So now that we're done with the tour of the atrium, how about I take you over to the Hemon Clinic?
What happens if I don't want to go there?
Then I knock him on the head and we drag him there.
Okay, so we're going there.
Come on, let's go.
Hey, how are you?
Good.
I'm Kelly. I'm one of the nurses here.
Okay, nice.
Is she a nice nurse?
Yes, she takes care of me when my main nurse isn't here.
Sure do.
So Kelly's not your main nurse?
No,
Why are we?
that's Miss Jennifer.
Why are we talking to Kelly?
Hi.
Let's keep
Tell
going.
them to be nice.
Be nice.
There's a fallacy out there, you know, that children can be treated in adult facilities, and they can't. The care is completely different. And here, you know, what we have are specially trained pediatricians, intensivists, nursing staff, respiratory therapists, that actually are trained in pediatric care.
This year they found out that, us along with the Hollings Cancer Center for Adults, we achieved NCI designation. And it's a huge stamp of approval. It basically says, yeah, you guys are doing all the cutting edge things, you're up and coming. We want to earmark you as one of the top in the country, and we're thrilled about that because I feel very passionately that kids in South Carolina shouldn't have to go anywhere else to get anything they need to have their health care taken care of.
I think what's so wonderful about the actors on Army Wives is that every single person wants to give back to the community, especially Charleston.
The greatest thing that you can do as an actor is to use your name and use your celebrity for a good cause, So the fact that we're here, there's so many wonderful local charities, and I know that several of us have done individual things. I don't think there's anything more important or more worthy, of our time.
This is my mini-me.
Great, 8 o'clock, let's get started. Deja, going up with announcements.
Wendy Davis, from the first year she's been here, her way of giving back is to teach acting class.
I haven't seen him in years.
When I got here to Charleston, I met several really talented actors who really just needed to go to the next level.
What good will that do?
So I decided to teach an acting class here. I did lots and lots of interviews, and it really didn't matter how much training you had. What mattered was how much heart you had. What are you hoping for when you sit down to talk to him? The approach that I'm teaching here in Charleston is Meisner. You gotta believe in the story until he says something wrong. It was a process developed by Sanford Meisner, and it utilizes a series of exercises to help actors just really learn how to connect with the other person. So the exercises are designed to get you, out of your head and into your gut and into your heart. When I am teaching actors and I'm watching a scene that they're performing, I'm looking for a real conversation between two people. And anything different from that, if I see any pretending, then I'll stop the scene, because that doesn't work. My first piece of advice for you: love the audition process. It was so important for me to give back to this community of Charleston. And then once you're passionate about it, get really, really good at it. There's so many talented actors here in Charleston that just don't have the opportunity to study with the great masters in Los Angeles and New York. So it was my way of sharing what I got in Los Angeles and passing it on to them. Thank you very much for coming.
Kim Delaney was asked what she would like to do. She has a good friend that happens to be in the horse and carriage business. So what better to do than go on a tour of Charleston in the horse and carriage?
You have your proper progression of columns: Doric, Ionic, and Corinthian.
I just thought it would be a great way to see the waters, see the skies, see the architecture.
Back in the day, y'all ladies used to wear about 12 layers of clothing.
One thing that I really love about Charleston is the history. And when I heard that Kim and I might be able to do a carriage ride, I thought it was a great thing to do because it's something that people only really get to see when they come down here and visit.
Okay, y'all, right here to your left, we have the Unitarian Church of Charleston. This is the second oldest church building in Charleston.
This is one of the churches we shot.
Sarah Elizabeth's
baptism was here. So we used this whole church for 2 different shows.
And the graveyard is actually haunted.
They say there's lots of haunted things here.
I like doing the carriage ride because I sit back and I'm kind of entertained. I'm entertained by the history. I'm learning more stuff about the city. So I sit there and she entertains us,
If y'all see these around town, don't pick it up. This is a urine marker. And when Henry has a radiator leak, we throw it down so that the equine sanitation department can come out and spray the area. All right, look out on your left, y'all.
We had a blast.
No, it's fine. No, it's fine.
Kim is really awesome, and just from the very beginning has been so nice and loving and welcoming to me, so I can't help but feel comfortable around her.
We have the best of both worlds.
That's it.
Work on a good show and get to live in Charleston.
And we have a really close cast, and it's special.
Shooting in Charleston has been fantastic since the get-go. I mean, even on the pilot, I knew I was in love with this place.
It's just been great. I mean, the minute we got here, we all got along really, really well. It's totally like home now, filming in Charleston.
On the weekends, these are the people that I hang out with. And so I think we're much closer because we shoot in Charleston. And, you know, luckily we get along. Let's play ball, partner.
We have so many social events happening during the year that it's hard to keep track. We have the golf tournament. We have parties at people's homes that are on the water. It's really fun. It's nice to have people here that we connect with.
You are each other's family when we're down here, separated from our other friends and family. So I think it's done wonders for the chemistry that folks have with one another. I don't think we would have had that same sort of quality time if we were back home in LA.
The crew, the cast, all of them together, they're just one big family. And you put them in a place like Charleston that's beautiful and social and has enormous opportunity, and the two just blend beautifully.